Just to clarify terms, so anybody new to the show, somebody in chat asked, what's the difference between SJW and NPC? Well, when I use SJW, I mean someone who believes in the ideology I used to believe in, so social justice, this whole belief system that we see all around us at the moment, the idea that people are that the world is best looked at as a place where you put people in racial and sex groups and then you judge everybody according to what groups they're in, and you treat them differently according to what groups they're in. That's what I mean by social justice warrior. NPC is kind of a joke. It came from non-player character in video games. It's the characters that you're not playing. It's the ones that your character interacts with, and they're programmed to behave in certain ways. So NPC is sort of just a way of referring to, when I use it, I don't mean it in a derogatory. I just mean people who are kind of just haven't really investigated anything deeply, just kind of believe what the media programs. They're programmed by the media to spit out narratives. Like today, Carlin and I were arguing with a guy who clearly has never read any of the studies or statistics on police use of lethal force, but he's speaking a bunch of opinions.
Right.
By
the way, I mean NPC derogatorily, but I agree with your definition. Your definition is correct, and I think that's insulting.
But Carter's intent is to insult. My intent is not to insult.
It's not my intent. I just think it's like inherently, by definition, that's a pretty insulting thing to think about someone.
That's true.
So, yeah. But I think the one thing that you'll find difficult, though, especially in the past year or so, is NPCs and SJWs are becoming increasingly difficult to tell apart because NPCs are now running the SJW programming. So
yes,
there's right. That's the problem. The SJW program has like metastasized. It's out everywhere, and like it's been programmatized, so people can just ba 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 and sound like an SJW. Whereas 2 years ago, only SJWs sounded exactly like SJWs. Now NPCs sound very much like SJWs.
Because they have the SJW code. That's an excellent point.
Right.
If we change the cultural code, NPCs would be spitting. NPCs are going to spit out whatever the mainstream dominant narrative is, whatever their program is, without actually looking in depth into it. They're going to spit it out.
Yes.
So if conservative Christianity became super popular tomorrow, NPCs would all be parroting it.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be quoting the book of Matthew, and yeah, absolutely. They'd be out there doing the things. Yeah. So. And by the way, there's always going to be a lot of NPCs in culture, which is why NPCs don't actually drive culture anywhere. Other smaller groups drive culture. So that's why it's important.
Actually, a good analogy, the sheep in Animal Farm
right.
are like NPCs.
Yeah.